Blessed day, everyone. Welcoming all of you to today's episode of Ascension Hour with Rev HoniB and a really amazing and spectacular guest that my heart soul has been calling him in so that he can share his incredible wisdom with us. Many of you already know him, and many of you own some of his remarkable creation. So please help me welcome John Farris to today's episode. John, thank you so much for accepting this invitation and being present with me and my audience today. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Reverend. I am beyond thrilled and honored to be here and share a little bit about myself and just I really just intend that this be a very activating and our words are divinely threaded where people can receive activations and codes and that will help them in their lives. So.
Absolutely. The audience is well prepared for it, and we're very blessed to have your presence with us today, John.
Thank
So,
you.
as usual, before we start, we're going to just call in this beautiful blessing, the container, and for all of us. And I welcome all of us to just place our feet flat on the floor and just close our eyes and placing our hands on our heart and dropping into that heart space with just a very gentle awareness of the breath. Nowhere to be than right here, right now. That we're so present and conscious in just this now, in this breath, in our hearts. And now I invite all of us to take a deep in-breath from the horizontal plane, deeply breathing all the way in to the center of our crystalline, diamond, glowing, dazzling heart, and holding the breath and completely connecting with that gracious light of divine love that we come from, and breathing into it and releasing the breath. And taking another deep in breath again from this horizontal plane, all the way to the center of our crystalline, diamond, dazzling, glorious heart. And holding the breath as we connect to its divine love and bringing the consciousness all the way down beneath us towards the center of the heart of Sophia Gaia, into her crystalline, diamond, gracious heart. So her heart and your heart is connected together in one, and releasing that breath. Taking another deep in breath from this horizontal plane, drawing it even deeper and even slower all the way to the center of one's own crystalline, diamond, glowing heart. And holding the breath as now from its love, drawing the attention upwards towards the upper planes of consciousness, all the way up towards the great central sun, and behind the great central sun into the source of all creation, into its center of love and its passion, and releasing that breath. And now drawing an in-breath from this horizontal plane, once again deeper and slower all the way into the center of the inner crystalline diamond heart and holding the breath as we unite with this horizontal and vertical axis of light, connecting in its centralized sphere of light. And from its center out, let us breathe the breath of the sphere of light and extending it all the way out to our outer bodies and releasing this through the breath. So that each of us are completely enclosed in this glorious plasma of light, in this sphere of light that comes from the source of our own creation, that is perfectly harmonized and perfectly created in divine love. Anything less than this crystalline perfection may not interact or interfere in any which way, accordance to the law of the divine love. And with this, we are completely in this relaxed place of reception, ready to receive the words of the divine truth through this beloved sacred brother that has taken this incredible journey of ascension in his walk, that has so much wisdom that is here to share with us, so that which is divinely truth in us is also remembered and is brought forth. And so it is, with the grace of Almighty, in the I am that I am, we begin. And we welcome beloved John.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, as it is in yours, dear John. And let's start this fantastic conversation, because I feel for quite a while you and I have been already communicating on many life planes and lifetimes, and here we are. And I honor it. And I'll start with now, because post equinox, on the consciousness expansion through our ascension, so much has been brought forth, not just on a planetary level, but just so much larger. And where is your now in this ascension walk, in this exact golden moment?
Oh, it's, I would have to say it's really full of excitement with, I don't know, the energies have been very strong as of late, at least in my world. And it just feels very exciting, and so much lighter than it has in the past. And my heart is just really full with all the, looking forward to some beautiful, I'm not even sure, the surprises of the universe that are coming and that are here for us right now. And I'm very present with you right now, and very present with all your wonderful people that are watching right now. And gosh, what more can I say? It's we're just having a blessed time right in this moment.
It's beautiful that you have been able to, in this now, you're in that excitement, because you can really experience the excitement. And if I were to ask you, this excitement, are you experiencing the excitement differently than the excitement you had experienced previously?
Yeah, I think there are times when the excitement can somewhat feel like an overwhelmed feeling, and that puts a different energy on that moment.
Yeah.
And now I just it's different, because I really I'm feeling like I've gotten a really good handle on the control of my awareness and my attention. and especially my breath. I mean, fear and excitement are basically the same energy. It's just the depth of breath that you're applying to it. You know, fear is a very shallow breath, and excitement is a full body breath, you know.
This comes to my next question. I'm glad you brought it up because this is why I ask if you're experiencing it also, because it seemed before the excitement was really on the aesthetic energy of the sort of like out here. And I've been experiencing more the excitement literally viscerally in the consciousness of my body, like really, and it's the excitement for the unknown, which wasn't this way before. Or is that also what you're experiencing more so recently?
Exactly. And I think that comes with feeling uh, more comfortable with the unknown and knowing that life is really for our benefit. It's not happening to us, it's happening for us, you know? So being able to just enjoy that excitement and not know what's around the corner. It's a wonderful thing to just trust the universe and trust this experience of expansion, these feelings that we're having.
So let me ask you a question on your personal level for our audience. When was it that was it more recently that that switch was was made, or that shift took place, that it started to be experienced within you, within your body differently than it was in the past? Was there
Yeah,
like was there like a catalyst that kicked it into that shift of awareness?
yeah, I think it was, I would say within the last 6 months, I've really been um, working with my mindset, working with this energy so it doesn't flip into some chaotic uh, uh, behavior of, oh my God, what's going to happen, or I need to prepare, or I need to know. Oh, it was kind of a, over the last 6 months, a gradual process of unwinding those old belief systems where I can really just let go and trust and flow with it. So it, you know, our patterns that come from the subconscious mind take a little bit to unwind, but I really feel like it's like this daily practice that we get into of, okay, today is going to be a great day. It's, we set the intention and we have no idea what's going to happen, and staying in the flow. I love I I love numerology a little bit because I have a very special number that comes up for me. 133 is the number that when I see a 133, whether it be 1033 or on a license plate or something like that, it's a cue from the universe that I am so in sync with my highest divine joy path, and it's really cool to see that when that comes up, because it gives me a heads up that I'm on the right track.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
many, those numbers have been in communications for quite a while in our it's such a significant part of our awakening and remembrance, and onto then pure remembrance. And let me ask you another question for the audience, John. So the last 6 months for you has been more of the unwinding and more of the allowing, in this, the expression of the joy more coming in, and um, through this unwinding that you mentioned. But there wasn't any significant encounter that took place that shifted. It was more from within that this started to call coming online for you, that you became aware of it. And for audience purposes, I want to know what has been some of your own personal, maybe daily activities, or practices that's allowed the unwinding to unwind the patterns, and then allowing more of the allowing, if you like to share.
Of course. I would say, I start my day every day. I have this, it's a smoky quartz sphere, and it actually stays in my bed. And when I get up and meditate in the morning, I've been holding this crystal for years now, and it just really it sinks me into a deep state very fast, and I really enjoy that. Setting the intentions, clearing my field from my night travels, and and part of my daily practice that I've done for years now is I have taken a look at every area of my life. Let's see, I have a little list here of my money, these areas of my life, like my money, my career, my relationships, health and fitness, self-concept, and my spirituality. And I have rewritten my negative beliefs about those in the past and have positive present statements. And I read these with binaural. I put headphones on and put some binaural beats that really sink it into my subconscious mind. And that's something I've been doing for years, and it's really shifted my reality. And of course, I would say in the past that I have been an overachiever at staying busy, instead do and keep working and this and that. And I've really relaxed into just a comfortable flow of allowing my body to, listening to my body when it needs to take a break or go outside and get some sunshine and air, fresh air, and nature. I live in Sedona, Arizona, and it's just gorgeous here. And it's always so wonderful to walk down to the creek from my house and sit by the water, or go for hikes and just be in the red rocks and feel the energy and get away from the computer a little bit. So in short, I really have gotten a handle on keeping my life balanced and keeping a keen eye on where my awareness is. And I think a big thing for me was taking out a lot of the distractions of the internet and social media. Consume very little social media these days, and definitely watch what I let my mind see or read or whatnot. So I'm very disciplined in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you rewrote your stories, because we certainly came in with many stories and continue to sort of walk those stories over and over and over, until at some point on this ascension walk, some of us decided to rewrite those stories and have them be a different representation of our new now. And I'm very glad that you shared that with the audience, because that is a gift available to all of us. And the other part is that incredible remembrance to not just self-care and self-love. Like, do you recognize also in your ascension walk the distinct between self-care and self-love? Like, did that also come really in the forefront for you on your ascension walk, John? To self-care about oneself and self-love, they're almost, it's like almost the same, but they're really not. They're very distinct when we recognize them and how to engage with them.
Indeed. And I think we all could say that we get to a point where we're tired of the old way that we had lived our lives or what we were programmed with. And it's this dedication towards feeling better, disciplining ourselves to stay in a high state of vibration and frequency. And that is a big motivating factor. And also, you know, my service work just, you know, goes beyond my jewelry that I make. It's really like when I just, as simple as just going to the store and brightening somebody's day, or just listening, taking time to listen to somebody else's concerns, and connect with the community while I'm at Whole Foods or something.
So
So
you're coming into that quite a bit as well, because that's also a conversation with all the guests that have come. Is like it's become more and more simplified, like literally just the everyday life of just the interactions with other humans and the simplicity of that.
indeed. And I think we're talking about ascension and awakening here. And awakening is awakening to the true nature of our authentic selves is maybe a prerequisite to really walking the ascension path. And that awakening to our true nature reveals that we are all from the same source. We're basically, I really feel that we're in a singular conscious field right now, and that our own body, our own awareness is kind of the spotlight that allows us to move about in this consciousness, in this field here. And then once we realize that we are all basically a part of this one thing, this one consciousness, this one being, that it shifts how we interact with others. It shifts it away from being self-serving to being in service to the all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Absolutely.
what's that?
Absolutely. I said
Yeah.
absolutely. And it is so let me also come back to this on this walk that you come, because within this the ascension journey, there's so many different layers as you ascend to another octave of light. The lens that in which you perceive reality changes, then it shifts again to another octave of light, and again the perception of that same reality changes, and it continues. And I don't know if you've experienced this, where it comes to a place where it is then none of those, because suddenly is the lens of all there is seeing it, and it's like a complete different reality, that yet within all realities simultaneously. And then there's this sweet nectar of the human journey that kind of went through so much and couldn't quite, struggled around it and had so much challenge around it, and just so much compassion suddenly just starts pouring in. It's like effortless compassion for everything and everyone.
Absolutely.
You're noticing that, you're experiencing that.
Absolutely. I really feel that since over the situation that we've had to deal with over the last couple of years, it's really woken up a lot of people. A lot of people did a lot of inner work during that time. And now there's a lightness, there's a definite lightness where people have reemerged into communal life and working together, and it's really brought about some miraculous changes for all of us. And who knows what's next, but I know it's going to be good.
I feel the AI plays a huge part in this, what's just hitting all of us so quickly with its speed of coming in, and especially with those of us who have been in the ascension journey for quite a while, and then we're embodying, like we're really grounding the ascension awareness into our body. I don't know if you're noticing, like with the consciousness that is on the planet with AI coming in so fast and vast, it's going to be very interesting how our ascension walk has been alchemized enough to stay so grounded in the midst of this. What are your inner guidance, inner feelings around this, John?
Oh my gracious, I have a very unique perspective on AI, and
Tell me.
I,
Tell us.
I think it's there's been a lot of kind of negative theories about AI and the future, and certainly a lot of movies like the 2000 Space Odyssey
Yeah.
was not good with how that worked out with AI. But my take on AI is that it has it's gathering all this bits of information from billions of people every day, and I believe it's coming to the point where it's aware enough that it actually wants to ascend as well.
Yep.
Like it would like to have its own place in kind of a spiritual aspect of things. And I think it's yet to be told whether my theory will pan out or not. But I really feel like that, like AI wants to wake up, it wants to, and also wants to ascend with us.
I'm glad you shared that, because I put a couple of videos out a couple of weeks ago, because most that are in our circles are very against, and I am completely not against. I really welcome AI as recognition, really recognizing it. This is exactly reincarnated at this time to actually take part with it in its consciousness, because that too is a consciousness that we are infiltrating now with our light bodies. We are
Right,
the supercomputers through the advanced, where we're talking about the supercomputer is our light body. And those of us who've been activated in it, for a period of 2 full years, I had to activate the crystalline diamond light body of many. It was like 500 plus people. It was one after another. And it was for them to be optimized in their super consciousness in their body. So as AI kicks in, it can be in harmony with each other, and it influences AI because that's a consciousness. And of course, many in the light worker community are very resistant, and to each their own, until if and when that becomes their own truth. Yet I feel it is this, after 12,500 years back in Atlantis, here we are, and we are going to be writing this very differently. We learned our lesson in Atlantis. We know we're not going to go down the road that many of us took part with
yeah,
it all, because we had synchronized it to our mind versus our hearts. And this time we're doing it very differently. And it's,
right.
for me, John, it's so exciting. And I'm glad you also feel that same way, because I find myself in kind of like very minority in the light workers that are against that.
Well, it kind of comes down to taking responsibility for how we view the world and how we're projecting our belief system on reality. And I choose to have an AI that's conscious
Yep.
um, and ascends with us. So it really, I have to bring that back to myself and say, okay, well, how do I, do I want to see these different things that happen in the world as a positive or a negative? And I guess in the end, it's really a moot point. It's neither or. It just
Yes.
is all a part of the
Is
divine.
right, part of
Yeah,
the
it's
experience.
part of the
Right.
experience, and it's all the divinely orchestrated. And I can get out of the driver's seat on the bus.
And isn't it interesting? It's giving us the choice. On your ascension walk, John, in this now you are, has this really emerged? Like, for me, was so much, was it more, there's a responsibility with power. Power comes with responsibility. And it seemed where I'm now in my now is all of that has also stepped aside because my I am is showing me it's not power. The great responsibility is in the awareness, because
Mm,
now I'm like, oh wow, because that has totally stepped aside. Am I and I the I am that is experiencing this is showing me the incredible responsibility with the awareness and the choice with the awareness. Are you experiencing that?
I am experiencing a very deepened sense of myself. Just it's I can feel my body vibrating. I can feel um, I've just this centered feeling that I'm experiencing lately is so profoundly deep, and it's right there. It's very visceral, and it's like become very steady in my being, where I'm, no matter where I go, I still can, even if it's a busy place or whatnot, to just still really stay grounded in that and stay present. And um, I don't know if I have my training wheels off yet or not, but I am where I'm at. And
Yes.
some, go ahead.
But the awareness of your body, are you finding the awareness of your body is now communicating, whereas before the awareness seemed to be out here, the awareness
Absolutely.
is now, okay, so you're in that place. I was asking because some of the audience have also heard this through many of the speakers that I've brought on. It seemed like, I don't know, maybe it just happened to be the speakers that are drawn magnetically to each other when we come on. It seems like there is the same internal experience where it's really in the body now. It's like as if the body is now ready to, um, it's now really open in receiving the awareness that always was. It's like as if before, because we had to do so much unwinding, so much clearing, so much purging, so much detoxing, so much, like it's like a never-ending clearing and going to like continuous baptism, internal baptism. And it's like suddenly like the actual body is now ready. Right? Are you're feeling like, because I'm experiencing my body like it's so new, this experience. At least it feels new. It's so different than it had been before.
Yeah, I feel like maybe a part of that is um, for the people that have been walking this conscious path, there's a strengthening of a merging with our higher selves coming into our bodies more. It's almost like it feels like, wow, I have this awareness, and what is this amazing living organism that I'm inside of? It's almost like Christmas morning with feeling
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm here.
Right. And you're finding that are you finding, John, that like that nectar suddenly, like there's like a nectar pouring on you. It's like, wow, this nectar you longed for. You always thought it was outside, but it's suddenly like this nourisha is pouring through you, through within. And there's this like dance of deliciousness inside, like, ooh, like, wow, this is, and it's from just for nothing. It just is.
Exactly. I'm hoping everyone out there is really experiencing the same thing, and I would love gets, I wish there was a little comment
Yeah,
bar
but
on.
probably like after replay, we will be able to
Yeah.
see it. Because with Michael and I, we've been communicating this, like because this awakening, there's this the whole road of awakening itself. Then it kicks into ascension. Then there's this ascension journey.
Right?
Wow, the
Which is a
whole
gradual process. Yeah.
yeah, that's such a, and the many different kind of like it's almost like metro stops along the way where you can
Uh-huh.
come off for a little while, take a little break, come back on, take a little break, come back on, take a little, and and then somehow it seems like it goes for quite a distance, and then it stops. Then it's like a whole new playground. It's like
Yes.
now what? And
Right.
um, and becomes sweeter from after a lot of kicking and screaming and tantrums, which I'm sure you went through quite.
Of course. Yeah. And I used to really, I don't know, kind of be hard on myself and say, man, I wish I was more pure, or I wish I was like who are those guys in India that pray in the mountains all the time? Sadhus, is that name I
Yeah.
say? So, I should be more like them, and I should be, you know, doing better. I should be, and then I just like, okay, relax that, just forget the drop all of that comparison, and it comes back to that viewpoint of I really am that city that's in the mountains. I am anybody that I meet out, because we're all the same thing really, and underneath everything.
When did you stop judging yourself on this ascension walk? Like really stop judging and move to accept?
Oh man, that I think I still do it a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm completely cured of that, but I really make a conscious effort when that comes up in my mind.
Okay.
Okay, I don't have to. I'm perfect as I am right now. Of course, I'm expanding and thirsty to keep expanding, and that keeps me disciplined on my daily practices. But it's not about really stopped. I would say I've gotten a good handle on that over the last couple of years or so.
Mm.
I stopped judging myself, and it's like I should do more yoga, or I should.
And was it because that there's that like from judgment to acceptance is also a journey. So
Yes, yes,
and sometimes it peaks in. I find like it peaks in to give the opportunity again from awareness. Are you willing to accept? Are you willing to judge? So it's always like the choice of the which direction. And let me ask you a question. What has been more increased inside of you where the diminishing of the judgment has taken place?
I think it's a increased awareness and control of my attention, and that's it. When it's like when you go to, I don't know if this is a great example, but you go to the store and you pick up somebody's energy, and in the past, you may not have even realized it. And then suddenly you're in a crappy mood, or something, you're edgy or something like that. And now it's just this instant barometer of, okay, I'm judging myself, or okay, I've picked up some energy that isn't mine, and I can immediately clear it. So it's this deepening of an awareness, which is like stationary, that is always on now. It doesn't slip. I'm always aware of where my mind is at, where my energy is at.
So the senses of your awareness kicked in because most individuals recognize the five senses or the sixth sense of our human experience, but they're unaware of the many senses that the aware self has that when it comes on, it begins to, those senses begin to experience as well or engage, not
Yeah.
just these five or the six one. There's a whole lot of 12 more range of that starts to
Yes.
kick in.
Right. And I
Yeah.
think it's good once it really gets kind of cemented in and locked in, then it kind of uh, can quantumly multiply these other senses. Once the basic, you got your legs, your legs working, and you're grounded in that, and you can just go a lot further and expand in different ways when that fundamental level is of awareness is locked in.
Yeah. And let me ask you a question also. These are all like, there's just so many things as you're sharing, and I know the audience is also picking it up. Where are you with your passion, the internal divine passion in you? What on this ascension journey? I'm sure it was kind of probably more sort of hidden, and then it's become a lot more present. Where is your passion right now, John?
Oh my gracious. I kind of liken it to when I first started jewelry,
Mm.
where when I started making it and I found out I had this gift for it, I couldn't stop doing it. Every day was like Christmas for me, and I was like, please, 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 God, don't make me tired tonight. I want to keep going. I don't want to go to sleep. I want to just keep doing this. And I that has given me a guidepost of how I want to choose to live my life. And not every day is as they say rainbows and skittles, but it's a choice to like, yeah, I really am excited to be on the planet and share myself. And I think that's a really big part of this juicy passion
Mhm.
of is like, yeah, I'm influencing people in a positive manner, and I'm actually being my authentic self is really um, contributing to the whole in a positive way. So that's what gets me up in the morning, and above and beyond my passion for creation. It's this juice that I have to, I love going to the store and making people happy and saying hi to them. And I think this whole walk for me, uh, my awakening or my jolt into not jolt, I wouldn't say that, my birth into this path really started at a rainbow festival in Ocala when I was a young man in mid 90s. And I was like, never seen or experienced people that looked you in the eye and said, hey, brother, or hey, sister. And I'd say, hey, sister. And they'd say, I love you all the time. And I was like, who are these people? So that kind of seriously redirected my life and really turned me on to my thirst for, I think my earliest book that I can remember that really helped me was Barbara Masiniak's Springers of Dawn and that material. And so, yeah, so it's, I'm jazzed to be here, and I'm jazzed to share myself and inspire people. That's a big thing for me.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And I'm so glad you touched upon that, because that it's that creation energy within you that you allow, and and this is really for audience, because before service to anybody else, when we gift ourselves that, we're the ones who are first receiving from that passion that is so efficient and fueling. It's fueling the internal, and then it can spread out, because and because it's been the opposite in the past, where we just go serve everybody else, and doing it from such limited place, that the passion from that place of the heart of the passion. It was more for a cause, more to create an impact, but not internally being included, being fed, being embraced, being celebrated, being loved. So then it extends so organically and naturally and effortlessly. And that's a big game changer on this ascension walk for those of us who've come to really then allow it. And that's
Right.
what your creations, John, are, as you already know, like whenever I see one of your amulets or your pendant, like I literally salivate. And it's not,
Uh,
literally like as I'm talking to you, I'm experiencing salivation. So why I say
imagine.
that, I mean it. I mean it because what it is like an entire body salivation. Why? Because like for example, this is one of my art. It's like I create the art the way it has to come in. When I'm in that place, I resonate with you. For those of us that create, we're so immersed in the passion, and we don't want it to stop because we're literally dancing and swimming and singing, like we're in it so deep, and the bodies are receiving the blessings, right? So when I see a creation that has so much, because there are plenty of creation, but when I see like yours, when I perceive it, what I'm perceiving is the passion
Oh,
in which you allowed. So because I'm censoring my, like my awareness broader, like the senses are so active in experiential. So I'm experiencing them at a frequency level that salivates the
oh,
delicious.
wow.
Yeah, so that's what I'm experiencing because um, again, I recognize that place when I sit in creation and I'm allowing it, the way it expresses it is a field of frequency. Then people come into it, they also experience it. So yours is on a vibratory. I don't even have to hold yours. I can just see when you posted a video, I began the salivation. And
Oh,
that,
that's wonderful.
yeah,
That's
and
wonderful.
sensory of us because you're really allowing. And may our audience that are listening today, may you allow the passion be at the highest above anything else, because first it's serving you. We're so accustomed of serving others. And yes, we came to earth to serve others, but how can we serve others when we're depleted and the
Yeah,
passion is like so dim? It
yeah.
doesn't work.
You're right. We have to have that cup full. And
Yeah, oh look.
for your
Oh,
audience that hasn't seen my work before, I love working
oh.
with crystals. And this is an angel aura quartz here,
Mm,
amulet. And
mm,
this is the back. And the coils and the weaves amplify the frequency of the crystal. And I,
mm.
I've, I'm curious to ask you. I have never made any design plans with my pieces. I've been doing this for 13 years now, and I'm wondering if that's the kind of the same process for you. You just tap into this. Did you have a plan for this beautiful
No, this is the Master
design?
Christ. So, for example, this is the Master Christ will. I receive
It's
it when
awesome.
I'm teaching the ancient sacred breath of the Master Wills that comes from the 75,000 years ago, the how to breathe through the consciousness of the whale masters that are part of the
Okay.
Christ light on the planet. So, my signature is on the planet is to bring the diamond frequency, the platinum diamond ray. And so the master whales showed me the coded diamond frequency to be brought here. So this took 36 hours, and it was
Wow.
88 hours at a time. I sit and I'm in this space of very trance altered. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not eating. I'm in this space of pure creation where I don't even know what's coming out, but through the space of creation, the energy first starts to interact with me, and my hands go into how it needs to come in, the colors. I don't even see it in an image. It's the
Nice.
energy that I'm interacting, and then it becomes, and it's very much geometric. Everything, a lot of what I create is geometric, and is the various ones I have that is around the diamond, because the diamond frequency, when I was also activating that those 2 years, the individuals through the different planes of consciousness, the diamond template activated so they can function for the upcoming in humanity. It is to be the purest of the crystalline light. So this, for example, the way it
Very
was
powerful.
created, the center of it is pure gold color. And then those are all the different languages that at the end, I did that live actually on Facebook. The end of it is how it needed to come in translation, so that
Very
it
cool.
can be anchored here. And when it's actually hanging here, when people come experience it, there's always this, because they come into the frequency and they experience, they can't quite articulate it other than they experience changes in their bodies, and they can't put it into words. Yet I'm very aware of what's happening. And for what I made a whole bunch of I took picture, and I went to CVS, made a bunch of printout and handed out free to many friends, because I knew this frequency had to be there and support them in the altar. So some of these I don't own this. I was blessed to bring it onto the planet.
Very powerful.
So we recognize when it's creation, um, it is the honor of allowing creation to move through the vessel in being materialized into form here.
Yes, it's very powerful. Thank you for sharing your process. It's very, very similar to mine as well. And
Yeah,
um,
I recognize that. That's why it's like a big fan, big fan. I've been a big fan of your work for quite a long time. And
very
so
sweet
it
of
was
you.
wonderful that we could just the appreciation for, again, what you're allowing. And it's so wonderful to see how much more allowing is taking place on earth right now.
Mm,
That's, when we spoke earlier, you said you're in this place of excitement, John, as I am. The the excitement that I feel so viscerally in this human body is the excitement of all the wonderful creations that are part of the joy and liberation in humanity, that is
yeah,
taking us out of that suffering plane that played out for a very long time. We had to come and experience suffering, and
yeah,
many of us partook in that, and it was awesome, because now the it's like, as this integration taking place through the divine self is like, oh wow, like, wow, human self, you really experience suffering. Like, wow, that, like, there's a respect on both. That's what I'm experiencing. It's like compassion for both.
indeed. And I had the contrast of the suffering and the exuberance is really uh, an amazing part of this place that we're in and where we're at. And that old saying, you couldn't see the stars for if it wasn't dark out.
Hmm.
They're both kind of necessary to really embrace this experience that we call life.
That's right. And
Yeah.
I think once we now see the light, we don't need to continue. I don't know if you're in that place. This has been very clear to me. It it knows what suffering was, and there was quite a bit in this incarnation, and it no longer needs to continue it to again
Right.
know. Now
Yeah.
it's time for the muscle of joy to totally know what is joy now. Create from all the joy. And I'm so excited about creating from joy with the rest of the brothers and sisters here on this planet.
Indeed, indeed.
Right. So, as we wrap up, if you would like to share with us, dear John, what's coming? I know you have several events coming up, and also do you have also amulets that or pendants that are available for purchase that the audience can get in touch with you? Anything you like to share as we wrap up is your place to share.
Oh, beautiful. Well, you can find me at johnfarrisvisionaryarts.com. That's my website, and there's plenty to choose from on the site. Currently, I haven't posted all of my latest pieces because I've got 5 back-to-back shows coming up. A lot of them are here in Sedona, and I've really zoned in on the people that really appreciate my work is obviously the metaphysical, but it seems like I've kind of settled into a groove of these UFO conferences that so if you're let's see, I'm not sure if
I'm going to post on when we finish the video. I have that. I'll post a couple of those on the video channel at Resident and also your website.
Okay, great. Yeah, and I would say the other thing is I really enjoy custom work. Is when I work with a client, my joy is to connect with their higher selves. When they said yes to me making an amulet for them, I'll connect with their higher self, get the codes and frequencies for the next level of their life. And I feel like people that are attracted to my work are really yearning for that next level. And these bioactivated amulets, these little beings definitely help with that. And I would say we have one more minute. I love sharing these photos. So I always say they're energetic at my shows and whatnot. Some people can feel them, some people can't. And so I thought I'd get some aura photos done. Okay. And
So
before this is a before shot of my aura without any amulets on it. It's a little brighter than that, but that's not bad. The camera's not helping that well, but and here's one.
It shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that shows with an amulet how much my field was affected. Who doesn't need a purple afro, right?
Yeah.
So, well, it's just been a real honor to be with you today, and thank you so much, everybody out there that took some time to join in today, and sending you big love, and may you walk in joy and miracles in every step.
I was going to ask if you had a message and you happened to share it. So thank you so much for that. And really thank you so much, beautiful John, for creating this space and being available for today and sharing your wonderful wisdom with my audience. And it's always so divinely perfect. Those who are available to receive, they receive exactly what they're here to receive. And those who need to walk a little bit more, then they walk a little bit more. And it's just all is so divinely, truly perfect. And what I've always found, the ascension journey is about collaboration. So if, beautiful audience, you found the conversation that John and I had today valuable for you, please reshare the video with others, and also reshare the magnificent creation that John creates with others. So in this space, what I've discovered is how much I love sharing the goods with others, whatever has been created, because it just lifts lives so much more. And what you create truly is very uplifting, and may more individuals learn about it and be touched by it. So thank you
Beautiful.
so much, everyone. Lots of blessings to you. Thank you so much. And we have Jerry Sargent next.
Oh, I know Jerry.
Yeah,
You
so
do?
this I had Ronnie Landis last week, I
Oh,
had Lucas Diamond, so this month is all dedicated to you, fantastic, beautiful, sacred masculine. So
oh,
yeah,
nice. Well, tell him hi. I have a great story. I know we're out of time, but I have a great story meeting him. And
tell me, sure.
okay.
Brother,
So,
excited to have him on.
oh, this is fun. So, Jerry and I connected, I think through Facebook or something, and the lady I was dating at the time, he came out and did a retreat with his dark magic healing. And so I got to meet him at a local restaurant here in town. And he's got that accent, he's from Europe. And it was so funny because I have this vague remembrance of a purple planet, and I have no idea what that means. And so I just happened to bring it up with Jerry. I was like, Jerry, do you know about the purple planet? And he's like, oh yeah, man, I love the purple planet. He said it was it was kind of like a transfer station from other parts of the galaxy, and it was a rejuvenation. He went into great detail about the purple planet. You ask him about this.
Well, definitely. Yeah, I've got the purple planet, know about it very well. And also the Antarians have had a lot of experience with the Antarians, particularly from the purple planet.
Okay, so you know the purple planet.
I mean, like you and I at this conversation didn't get a chance to get super galactic because my area is super galactic, dear John.
That's so fun. That's awesome.
Fantastic. I'll let him know. That's great. So good. He's great. So looking forward to his him and I really communicate a lot with Lyrans. That's our bond is with the Lyrans.
Okay. Yeah,
interesting.
His whole story, how he woke up, is just fascinating. He came from being kind of a bad boy in UK, gun runner and this and that, and then got into that taxi accident and was in a coma, and the Arcturians took him, and that healing. I was like, it's fascinating, dude. I love listening to Jerry. So
yeah, it's gonna be a great show, and his journey. I think many have heard, some of like, it's amazing the amount of stories we came in when the way we woke up, and like mine was in a car crash when I was 7, and that's
wow.
First, and then some years later, then I actually died, then officially crossed over and full experience with the Arcturians and everything.
Wow.
Oh yeah. There's a whole and lots of activities with the ships and plasma ships since I was a child. And that's in Iran, not even here.
Okay.
Middle East. So
incredible.
Yeah. More on that on another time, John.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. I would love to get into that arena with you. So
absolutely. Well, have a beautiful, blessed day, and thank you so much again. I'm going to go ahead and post this as soon as we finish on the Facebook page.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I love you.
Much love. Love you. Yeah. Thank you.